Hey y'all. Hello, Barb. Hey, Cookie Wookie. Everybody needs a cookie in their life. And do. Let's put our chat up right now. Listen, y'all, I was looking at the news. Well, I wasn't looking at the news. I was putting on my channel over here on my laptop, not on my laptop, on my iPad. And when you're clicking on things, you know how they have the news people or whatever live. But they said they got two people on top of the Empire State Building, like at the very tip where nobody's supposed to be. The lady is not a good. She's not a good reporter. She has no information. She's just befuddled right there on like live TV. I feel like she needs to go somewhere. But at the end of the day, there's somebody, on the top of the Empire State Building. You have the observation deck, but then you have up on top of there where you're not supposed to be, where there's a man and a woman dressed like Catwoman and Catman. And they're, again, there's no news as to what they're doing, but I'm quite sure they're protesting all this foolishness that we got going on in the world because it says something about love, if there's more love or something. I don't know what the lady said. It wasn't that important. So y'all go and check it out. I prep. Let's see. I preps. Is that Zai? Hey, Zai. You're home. We miss you at the ranch. We do. We do. Hey, Nadine. Okay, we got Barb. Hi, Pinka. And if y'all have been under a rock today is Eddie's birthday. Somebody in here has a birthday if he comes in. That's his little dance. That's all he gonna get. If you know the song, you know. I don't know all of it. But it is 95 degrees here, and yes, I'm drinking coffee because in my studio it is 65 degrees. And I have a nice cup of coffee. Becky! Becky, what's up? Becky, we got chat. I feel like we ain't chatted in a while. Like, I feel like we're not friends no more. Like, what's up, Becky? Y'all know how it is. Sometimes when you talk to people a lot, and then you all of a sudden you don't talk to people a lot. And then it's like, wait a minute, I really do miss that person. That's how it was with Barb when Barb was like off the grid. I'm so happy Barb is like back on the grid. Oh, Hazel. What you doing? Hi, Saul. Y'all coming on in. It's World Watercolor Month, y'all. And I'm gonna be here every day. Mark your calendars. Gonna be here every day, every day, every day. Hey, Jackie. Mm. Y'all hit that live on your thing because I have to hit live on mine because it's behind. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not where I am. Okay, there we go. Because I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but it keeps up better when I don't know where it is because over here I'm on my. Anyways, when you get FaceTime, I be a little befuddled like the reporter. But I'm not reporting world news. I'm only reporting World Watercolor Month. Y'all know that? Do y'all know? Do you know? I started to put up a quiz. It's like, what do you know about World Watercolor Month, right? Um, I've been doing World Watercolor Month since 2023. 2020, yeah, 2023. So 3 years. But World Watercolor Month started in 2016, 2017. Hold on, I got cheat notes. I ain't got to figure it out. 2016 by Charlie O'Shields. And it was started as a artist thing to help kind of raise money. And it still kind of is if you go down the rabbit hole of World Watercolor Month. If you want to know all the information. If you want to know. Hi, Mariah. There's the birthday boy. One time for the birthday boy. I sung for you a little bit just a few minutes ago, Eddie, but I only know the one part of the song. Somebody in here has a birthday. Now it makes sense because you're in the chat now. Doot doot. I was gonna play it, but I didn't know how much of it I was gonna need to not play before having to get permission since I'm monetized and all that stuff. So I was just like, well, listen, I can sing it. Somebody in here has a birthday. But anyway, hi Mariah. Julie Parker? Who else done popped in here? Hold on, somebody else popped in. I got Saul, Eddie popped in, got Pinka, Barb, got Becky. Mm-hmm. It's the 11th year of World Watercolor Month. Yep, it is. See, I could have did a little quizzy thing, but yeah. So, but When y'all find out some more information, so since I'm going to be live, if y'all could go in report and find out why are these people on top of the Empire State Building, other than they want to protest the fact that there's not enough love in the world. I did get that much because there's a big old banner, and they do. They look. The girl looks like Catwoman, and the man looks like, I'm gonna say Catman. You know, use your imagination. But go over there. I saw it on ABC right when I was getting ready to click on this. And I was just like, what is that? But I had to come on over here, so I couldn't investigate too much. Hi, Adrian. So let's find out what it is. Like, that's a serious protest to be at the very top of the Empire State Building. I'm not talking about on the observation deck. I'm talking about on the antenna at the very, very tip top. 240, whatever it is. It's 240, 245. Something. It's high. It's high. So I'm quite sure they have some scaling. No, how they get up there? I got all kinds of questions. But listen, y'all, I can't answer none of those questions right now. So if y'all get any answers, do put it in the chat to keep us updated, because I'm a girl over here to I'm very curious right now. So we're going to talk about World Watercolor Month. So welcome. If this is your first time over here at the studio, you get FaceTime. I don't know if I'm going to do FaceTime every day because I'll be here every day for World Watercolor Month. So I don't know if I'm going to show you up every day, but I've been feeling a little FaceTime-ish, especially since I got my hair did yesterday. So, but y'all know me, I'm going to show up with the ponytail or whatever because we're authentic over here. Which leads into, if you're new to the channel and somehow, what is that thing, YouTube recommended this live to you, welcome. You don't have to rush and hit that subscribe button. Don't rush. I want you to date me for the next hour. Have coffee with me or whatever your drink is, because it's hot as hell right now. But so have your drink and sit and pay a little attention to what maybe I'm going to say. Maybe I might touch your heart a little bit, but don't worry about that subscribe button right now. I'll give you an invitation later. And if you want to, you can. All right. So welcome to the studio for all those who are coming back. Y'all know I love you and I thank you for showing back up. I do. So welcome to Create Joy Studio. I am Karen McCoy, as my friend Monique says, the real Karen McCoy. And take a sip because this is a nice cup of coffee. If you ever come to the ranch, you'll understand. It's for Eddie's birthday. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I couldn't drink a Blue Moon, although I have something in there, but it's not a Blue Moon. I'll probably get some Blue Moon tomorrow because we're gonna have a few people on at the ranch. Y'all will be in. Crystal and Bernadette probably. Well, I know Crystal's gonna be on the live. Friday. Maybe not Friday. I'm not sure what time they get here. But Saturday, Sunday, they'll be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and leave Tuesday. So we'll probably have some guests in the studio, which is so fun. I like when my friends like the things that I like. You know what I'm saying? So today is the first day of World Watercolor Month, just in case you didn't know. And it's Eddie's birthday today. Right? And we're going to celebrate all month, both of them, because I feel like Eddie needs to be celebrated all year, but we're going to give him all of July with World Watercolor Month. And I want to say this right from the beginning. Y'all listening? You listening? You do not have to be an artist to participate in World Watercolor Month. Okay? You don't. You don't have to know anything about it. But I do want to kind of threaten you with a good time. If you kind of see some things going on, you're just like, I think I might want to try that. Start on the inexpensive end. Go to, whatever little store is near you and get, a little set. That's if you've never done it before. I really recommend everybody try it. Okay. Even if you don't have fancy supplies, you don't have to have the perfect paper. You don't have to have the expensive brushes. You don't have to have all the things that I am going to show you this month. That's my point. I've been doing World Watercolor Month now, like I said, for 3 years, but I've been doing watercoloring since 2021. So I've kind of evolved and I know what I like and I know what I don't like. And that's what I'm going to say about this. So I don't want you to jump on out there. But we are also going to be talking about on Mondays and Wednesdays, it's going to be the same show as it always is, same kind of stream where we talk about creating joy, talk about your strength, talk about owning your mess and avoiding people in their mess, right? And letting color move you Like each day, I'm going to want you to pick a color. And I want you to pick a color for the whole month. I want you to pick a color for that month. I mean, for that day. Like today, I'm feeling a little pinkish. I'm always feeling pinkish. Okay, let me tell y'all a story and then we're going to go this time. So, Eddie, when I was on your live, when you said Ernch, when you got to that point, it's like Karen, where you are. I couldn't really get in the chat because I was on a walk, walking the dogs, so I would have them walk before the live. I don't know if I've said anything about when I let Sienna Grace out, how she, her and Boaz just takes off and go running after the squirrels. Well, baby, on this walk today, Sienna Grace just pew, and next thing I know, the squirrel running around the tree. Sienna Grace did a turnaround and caught the squirrel. I was like, so now I got Eddie. I dropped the phone, and the phone is back here, and I'm over there running, trying to get Sienna Grace to stop. Leave the squirrel alone. And the little squirrel, you can just see it. She just done grabbed it. Like she had it, just swinging it around like it was a little play toy. And so I was like, let it go, let it go. I finally got her to let it go. And it went up in a tree, went up in one of the azalea bushes, but it quickly came down. So I'm just like, darn, was it something up there? Like maybe it was a snake up there and it saw something just as dangerous, because it got back down and she got it again. So I had to drop my phone again. And basically I was trying to keep her from, I don't know what she would have did. I'm quite sure she would have killed it, and I don't know if she would have ate it or whatever. I didn't want to find out. Like I probably wouldn't have liked her anymore if she would have did that. But she said when I finally got her settled down and got the squirrel kind of limped away over and went in the other field, and there was a fence between it, and I was like, oh, poor squirrel. I felt so bad for the squirrel. And the puppy was up there trying to just like, what is this? What's going on? Sienna Grace had blood all on her nose. It's just like, well, did the squirrel bite her or whatever? So I had to get her cleaned up. Nope, she was not damaged at all. So for now on, I'm not going to let Sienna Grace out where she can run, because the dog can catch a squirrel. I did not think the dog could catch a squirrel. I'm just saying. That was just it. Okay. That's time. It was just, and then I was just like, Santa Grace, like, Eddie's on. What are you doing? We're supposed to be having a nice little walk before the live, and here you are just showing out. Whew. I had to take a deep breath, come back in here because again, it was hot. It was hot. It was hot. So that was totally, it was totally crazy. So I text Mr. McCoy. I was like, oh, your dog caught a squirrel. Like we had to beat her, had to get a stick to really just keep her away from the squirrel, so the squirrel could just enough to get away, because she wasn't gonna stop trying to get it. Okay. Now I got some stuff on my desk. It's not watercolor related. Calm down. We're gonna get there. We got Create Joy, our fancy palette, which is watercolor. But this I was working on last night, and it's on regular. I want to encourage you to use your paper. When you get paper like this, packing paper, when people pack their stuff up with that packing paper, I want you to oh, that was a new stencil. Yeah, use it. Okay, use it. Don't get rid of it. And so that's what I did with this. And I took my flowers and I put my flowers on there, and I was like, oh, I can use that watercolor. And then I was like, nah, I can't. And so today I'm gonna see. We're gonna see if we can slap some water on it. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. All right, where's that chat? The chat is way out the way. All right, let's move my stuff back over here. Put do not disturb on. Put this back right there so I can see that. All right, now we're ready. It was too much excitement. And then I looked at I saw that Pam is over in Australia visiting, and her and Di, she got there. I thought that was just so cute. Them two look like they could be sisters with them curly curls they got. So if you haven't seen Di's posts, I think that's going to be fun. Watercolor is a test of patience. It's meditative and rewarding. It will definitely test your patience, because here's the thing. If you like being in control and you want to control the medium, watercolor is one of those mediums that that will humble you real fast. You can try to control it all you want, but the water is going to move. It's going to do what it want to do. It's going to spread wherever it's want to spread. It's going to bloom where it wants to bloom, but it's going to give you some unexpected beautiful stuff. Is how I'll put it. And at the end of the day, before you know it, you'll have a stamp that is from your watercolor flower. See, I made these and these will be for Bernadette because she likes using pencils. So we did some things, kind of stamped some things out here. And I did some of these with my watercolors, Simon Hurley inks. But that is that. So this is another way. That one I did a test because you had to make sure it worked before you give it to somebody, right? That one. So you see, this is my stamp. If you're new here, this is my design, my stamp that you can go over at PM Artist Studio. I'm quite sure there'll be a link in the chat momentarily, and you can click it and go over and get this. Where's the actual? There it is. They're regular stamps right there. And I stamped them out, and you can color them in. Stamp them on regular paper. I stamped them on watercolor paper. These are all watercolor papers. Right there. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you something about these right here. This one, because I'm working on something. This is I put some ink on my dog's paw and I made him press down on it. So it's kind of like a flower, a paw and a plot flower, like a paw that turned into a flower, but it's supposed to be a paw. Trying to do some things over here, but I thought that was cute. So that's my dog's paw in the flower. See the paw right there? And then the paw in the flower. It's just so cute. Hey, Lynn. Yep. So, and then we got plenty more. I want to make sure while she's here, if she want to color, she'll have plenty flowers to color. And so I've stamped them out. And I'm going to stamp some other things like I like Darcy's. Like these are Darcy's flowers, whimsical. I think it's whimsical something. But you can't have flowers without, some kind of leaves or whatever. I usually do my own leaves. And then I got plenty. All this is watercolor paper. I just cut the papers into like tags. So all she has to do is color, 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 color. There we go. So that's that. All right. Let's get some. I will be using my Daniel Smith watercolors today and and gonna kind of maybe play around with these a little bit because these are watercolors. These are Simon Hurley's watercolor inks. And I'm kind of maybe, I don't know. There was no agenda for today. The only agenda for today was to introduce you to World Watercolor Month and let you know that I want you to have fun. I do not want you to, where's my water? There it is. I do not want you to come into July all stiff and stuck up. Okay. If you spent the last 6 months struggling with whatever, July the 1st is the time now for you to relax. If somebody said something bad about you, no worries. Let it go. It's July 1st because we have the next 6 months of our lives to create joy, right? So we got some flowers, some more. I'm using little papers. Oh, and the other thing I want to tell you, I meant to print it out. World Watercolor Month does have a printable, like you can go on the World Watercolor Month website. There's a whole thing. This is a whole thing. This is not just a Karen thing. And you can print out, they have prompts for every day. Now, for me, I will be doing something like today, we're going to do flowers, flowers for joys. Flowers is my thing. I might revert to flowers every day, but I'm trying not to. I'm just saying, do what makes you happy, right? Because at the end of the day, if life is serving you some crap, then you need to kind of do what you need to do. And today is the right time. Not because you feel ready or not because you're feeling bad, but I want you to make today so good that last month, not yesterday, but last month is just jealous. So if you are participating in World Watercolor Month with me for the rest of this month, you're gonna be here every day or on team replay because it's no recommend like you don't have to be live. But if you are, great. Thank you. I'm gonna thank you in advance. And I'm missing the one thing you need for World Watercolor Month, and that's water. You gotta have water. You cannot do it without water. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cookie, for that. Oh, great. So you can go on there and you can click on there and you can get the prompts. So if you want to do the prompts, you are more than welcome to do the prompts. Some days I'm going to click on it and I'll see what days I want to do it. But last year, like Dawn and Libby, they did the prompts and they did each day. Like they took little cards like this here and they, at the end of they painted whatever it was and then, they made a book out of it. So it's 31 days of art, right? And it's not about perfection. It is only about participation. It's not about making a masterpiece. It is about making moments. Hey, Lindaville. Like here we are. If you've been with me since 2024, I feel like I got real about YouTube in 2024. So if you've been with me, especially if you was with me last year, I thank you for hanging out with me. I do. And we've made some great moments. I've met some great online friends that I do plan on meeting in person one day. I mean, if Di and Pam can meet from Pam was in California. Pam lives in California and dies in Australia. I think that is just amazing. And Barb and I, we're going to hook up real soon because she's in Tennessee. All right, let's see. How are we going to start this puppy? I don't really know. I'm still having to calm down from the dog chasing the squirrel. I was just like, oh my goodness. Oh, and then we got on Eddie's live. You got to go over and check out Eddie's birthday live, y'all, because they're talking about butts over there. Talking about what's those butts? Sumo wrestlers. It took me all of the stream, the whole stream, before I could finally see it. I couldn't see it. I could not see it. And and then when Eddie said, just imagine looking down like you're a camera. And then after he put it back up, I was just like, oh, got it. Yeah, took a long time. But you do know the psychology of it all. We see things a little different. Uh, I told them about naked, but a naked attraction. Oh yeah, it was a good live. It was a great live. I was mad Eddie got hot, and then I told him I was like, "Oh, what's the song? It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes." Eddie's like, "No, I'm finna cut this air conditioner on and keep my clothes on. Bye, y'all." That's how fast it went. All right, watercolor, watercolor. I don't feel like I can teach watercolor. And so therefore I want you to, if you're doing it for the first time, let's look at it this way. Hey Alicia, we're here again. If you're here for the first time doing watercolor, you've never picked up a brush and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna try this, right? Don't think about creating something. This is me. I'm telling you from my vantage point. I'm telling you from Create Your Studio. Me, myself over here. I want you to do it one brushstroke at a time. Don't think about the end, like, oh, I want to make a flower. Don't do it that way because if you do, you're gonna kind of put a lot of pressure on yourself. That right there became it's a flower just because I got muscle memory. My hand just does it automatically. Julia, hello. Listen, Julia, if I didn't see you today, I was gonna be sending you an email because I missed you Sunday. But see where I say the blossoms, like watercolor doesn't like being controlled. This is what I love about it. Just letting it do its thing and letting it relax. Like Becky says, it's very relaxing, very, very, very motivating if you don't try to control it. Look at that. Just simple. Just simple. Now, you might, Karen, I want to learn how to do that. Okay, well, get you a brush, get you some watercolors, get you some watercolor paper and some water. That's all you need. You don't even have to start out with a whole bunch. The watercolors I'm using now, these are Daniel Smith's. You don't have to start out with Daniel Smith. And I will recommend you not start out with Daniel Smith. But if you do, you do. Okay, don't let me tell you what to do. And the reason why I say don't start out with Daniel Smith, these are professional grade, they're higher, they are yummy, they're creamy, they're just, oh my goodness, they're just a Louis Vuitton of handbags. Okay. And then I would prefer you start out with a student grade or maybe a crafty brand so that you know the difference. Like we know the difference in Walmart and Louis Vuitton. I mean, I do. But they at the end of the day, they do the same thing. Carry your stuff, right? That's just the end of it all. It's just like we just need a bag to carry stuff. And so I'm at the place now. I'm just over it. It's just I need a handbag. It's just okay. I don't need no handbags. Really, I don't. Lord knows I got too many. But that's because I worked at Dillard's. And the other thing, let me tell you about this here. When you are doing watercolor, you have water, right? Don't have your coffee, your drink, your tea next to it because I promise you, you'll dip it in there. So keep it a long way, like way over there. So by the time you stretch your arm out to stick it, you'll be like, oh no, that's not it. So that's why I try to keep my water right here. Nelly can trip and fall in a ditch for all I care, but you didn't hear what Nelly did. You know, we was just doing the song, just encouraging. What Nelly done did? Oh Lord. Hot my watercolors are good starters. I'm not here to tell nobody what to do. Cause I don't have I couldn't even begin to tell you. My very first watercolors were they were from the craft store. They were craft watercolors. And then after a couple of, let's see, times of watching some people, because I started watching Emma LaFave and she used what the watercolors is. She used them because I can't think of her name right now. And then I started using them, and I just like, that ain't help none. Then I went to watch somebody else. So you usually start watching people based on what they use. I whore around with watercolors, so let me tell you that. So last year, Maddie asked me, Empty Nester asked me what was my favorite brand, and I couldn't answer the question, right? So last year, what by the end of World Watercolor Month, I had took all my watercolors and pretty much I decided on what my favorite brand was. So out of all the brands that I have, and Lord knows I got some brands, we will use a day to just go through all of mine. Or you can just go through last year's. There's a whole playlist, World Watercolor Month. Okay, oh, Chu, you've been sick. Oh, oh, not Vertigo. We hate when Vertigo hangs up. Oh, you got it? Okay, great, 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 great. I can't wait to see that first print. I cannot wait. And remember, don't think it's supposed to be perfect because it don't. But I hope you're feeling better. I'll take the sign that you're here, that you're feeling better. Um, the traveler pack thing. Purple Converse. I like that. How are you? Welcome to Create Joy Studio, where we heal one brushstroke at a time, and we are doing it one brushstroke at a time because we got this watercolors out. Eddie was making me mad today, though. He had that gel plate out, and I was like, "It's for a watercolor month, Eddie. What are you doing? Making that plate look so yummy." But I can do my gel printing, but it'll be off camera. It will. But I got Eddie, so I put in my order today. So I cannot wait to get the new stencils, especially the one Darcy did. I can't wait to play with that one. And the one Eddie had today with the butts or whatever we're gonna call it. Smile. I like happy smiles. They look real. Look like a big old smile to me. Um, that's what I saw it. One complete set of colors for around $22. But you can get it cheaper than that though. If you're starting out, you can actually see the thing I want people to understand. If you're starting out, um, some people might like, I want you to try it, and then if you try it and you're like, I don't want it, I don't want to do it, and then the next thing you know, then you've spent this money on watercolors. Because last year, like, I offered, if people wanted to try it and that never tried watercolors, I sent out packets, I sent out watercolor, because I had that much beginner watercolor packets that I kind of created. So if it's something that you want, you kind of see what you want, see what you like. And I just don't want you to spend a whole lot of, because you can get some for like, 10, $12. Really doesn't like Cotman watercolors. I don't, Cotman is Winsor and Newton. Isn't that what that is? Yeah, that's the one she used to use, Winsor and Newton. So tell me in the chat. That'll be a good, yeah, let's talk about that. What is your favorite brand? Now that I know mine, I'll leave mine for the end. Cheeky Buds or Rock Bottoms. Cheeky Buds or Rock Bottom. I like Rock Bottoms, but I also like, I think somebody put in Pueblo, and I would think because of Colorado, I can see it being Pueblo because of the rocks. And I like Rock Bottoms, but listen, it's not mine. Um, but yeah, so is Cotman, Windsor and Newton. Fell in love with Daniel Smith. Oh yeah. So purple Converse. Would you like us to call you Purple Converse, or you have a name you like? Because over here we go by names. But if you like being called Purple Converse, we cool with that too. We just want you to know we're happy that you're here. We want you to settle in and be happy where you are. But I'm a little bougie when it comes to my watercolor. These are Daniel Smith. This palette right here, this is nowhere near all the Daniel Smith that I have, but this is my palette that I put together of my favorite Daniel Smith, minus this row right here. These were the last new ones I think that came out that I put in here. You can call, oh, Zoe. Okay, like that. All right, let's add that to our list, guys. Purple Converse is Zoe. Because y'all gotta keep me in. I'll get it. I'll get it. So welcome, welcome. I started out with Dollar Tree watercolors. See, but Lynn, tell me, that's a good thing. That's a definitely a good way to start out with just Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree got some good watercolors. I mean, if I had to, if I had to start out, if I was to start out, what I start out with, yeah, I would have, because I still have my Dollar Tree watercolor packet, as a matter of fact. But my granddaughter, the other one, Maya, she tried them, and then the next day I gave her something else, and then we progressed maybe over a couple days, and she was just like, I gave her the Dollar Tree ones back, that palette, and she said, "Hey, I don't like those. They don't move. They're not creamy enough." I was like, "What you know about creamy?" But she's an artist, so she knows what she likes. But I thought that was pretty doggone good. So there you go. Go to the dollar store, get you some. If you've never, ever, ever, ever did watercolor, okay, then that's a good way. Okay, we got Daniel Smith and Schminka. I got, anybody else put in? Started with Cotton when I was ready for better. Yes, Windsor Newton. Yeah, Windsor Newton. I'm not. I'm still on the fence with them. I like to use Jane Davenport. I never got Jane Davenport watercolors, and I think by the time I wanted watercolors and was really into them, um, to get them was, I think, would have been much. I think it was more of the shipping, and I didn't couldn't get nobody that wanted to put in an order so we could, go in on it. But that shipping was too daggone much coming from her. Look at this. This is what I love. Look at. See, now this one looks like what I wanted, so I'm gonna have to. Mariah, I think I'm gonna have to create it in color and then transform it into what it needs to be. Because we're over at Eddie, we were talking about how we create, his recipes and his designs and things, kind of. I do it in color. I can see it in color. If it's in black and white, I guess I just don't see it. I don't know. Oh, okay. Mongo Professional. Julie Parker, I've never heard of that. Is that an Australian brand? I was saying Cotman and Winston Newton. He, like you said. Oh, okay. All right. Eddie, mine was probably from Walgreens. Mimi. Hey, Mimi. Hey, look here. What camera do you use to record for live? iPhone, baby. Everything over here is Apple down. I am Apple down. That's an iPhone. My laptop, I actually use Ecamm. like some like OBS, but I use Ecamm, so it's Ecamm, OBS. Ecamm was just a little bit user friendly for me. And but yeah, I use my iPhone. I was hoping I got a nice camera for Christmas because my goddaughter, put in my Amazon basket this nice camera for vlogging. And then when I talked to my son in love, he was just like, "Your iPhone does the same thing," and he set these settings, and I'm down with it. So I was just like, "Okay, cool." All right, I gotta leave. I gotta change colors. I don't know what made me um keep doing the. Oh, it's a Korean brand. Okay, so I have. Oh Lord, yo. So we're gonna talk about watercolor. Let's just talk about watercolor because I want to talk about joy. We're gonna talk about joy a little bit. I was supposed to already be halfway into what we were supposed to talk about this week or this today, but just remember, let's at the end of the day, everything that I say, just put joy on it. Okay, that's what we're gonna do because World Watercolor Month is my invitation to show up in color. That's what I want, and that's where we're gonna pause right there with that red because I just kept putting that brush in there, and I have to use a different brush because other than that, I can paint with a round brush all day long. All right, where's my other brush? Is this the Filbert? Yes, let's use this Filbert. Hey, Jackie. Did I miss anybody else? Do 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 do. Okay, I think I got it. I like the sparkly ones for deco embellishment and such. Hey, Carla, I missed you. If I do watercolors, there's an art kit I have here for the grandkids that have never been used. That's what I'll start with. So, Carla, have you ever watercolored before? Yeah. I started out with acrylic, to tell you the truth. I started out acrylic, doing Bible journaling in my Bible, and I started out with acrylic with God, I can't think of her name. Hate when that happens. She has two boys and she's actually finally pregnant and she's gonna have her little girl. Thought that was so cute. Barb, what's her name? You know who I'm talking about. But and then one day I just picked it up after Dots and Dust. That's what it was. Dots and Dust was on Confident Canvas and our Patreon. And when she just made it look like she made it look so easy. And she said something about don't let the water scare you. And that was the thing that scared me the most was water. Like, how do I know how much water to put with it? And so she's like, you can't go wrong. Just do it. And I started slapping that paint, went from acrylic to slapping that paint on that paper. And I was just like, oh yeah. So I love it. So I want to encourage you, if you don't, Kuretake. Now Kuretake is the one that I spent money on. That was the one I used, Kuretake. I still have my set of Kuretake. But then Kuretake, it depends on how which one you get. They're not really watercolor. So after Kuretake, I went to what did I get next? I feel like I get next. Now that needs to be I think it was Cotman. No, I take that back. It was Hobby Lobby and Michaels. I got Michaels brand. Then I went to Hobby Lobby, got Hobby Lobby's brand. And all these are just in the little, the packages that come already done up. Like, you don't buy them like in tubes or nothing. I didn't buy tubes until 2025. Um, Hold on. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay, I've tried everything over the years from Cotman to Sennelier, and everything is between. Hands down, Daniel Smith is my choice. I love Daniel Smith. Now, let me preface that. Well, let me no, let me. I've already said it. So kind of let me slide into Daniel Smith with this is my this is my favorite watercolor palette. All these are handmade. Della Magda, I love. It's from Italy. Arcar is from India. This row up here are all from India. These are from Italy. And then Roman Smalls, which I have plenty more of these. They're just not in here. But these are my favorite colors of them. But handmade watercolors are a number one, my best overall, even over Daniel Smith. Handmade. Now, when you go to talking about putting them in tubes and the big manufacturers and all those like that, Daniel Smith is on my top five. But my a number one brand from last year was Rosa Gallery. Rosa Gallery, it was Rosa Gallery, and I think it was Rosa Gallery, Daniel Smith, Holbein. God, I feel like I need to have my cheat sheet. I'll be ready when, what's the day? Today is Wednesday. I'll be ready tomorrow for it. But the colors, the way the vibrancy, the way that it feels, the way it looks on the paper. Um, Let me see. Where's my pad? Don't fall. Oh, I need my big pad. And then you have I have another one that I got. It's called Intense. I got it off of Etsy. Her watercolors, they're handmade and they are amazing. And then there's another, there's just so many handmade brands. I like the earthy tones when it comes down to talking about, yeah, a gallo. Oh my God, yes, I have a gallo. There's another one. There's a lot. There's a lot when it comes to handmade. But you know, when you go handmade, you're gonna there's a pretty, you got to pay for them because they're not they're they makes only so many. They go dig in the dirt for only so many. And I've made my own watercolors, and that made me happy, but I wouldn't do it again. Jackman, I've had some Jackman paints. Addison, yes, that's it. Cookie, thank you. Oh, that's it. Addison and Sedgwick. Oh, yes, we will play around with them. They're not in this one. They're in my other palette by themselves. They're just so, ooh, those puppies are just, ooh, those are the ones. Those are the ones. And so when you think about, okay, years ago, maybe high school, okay, we both finish our tops. Okay. Utrecht. I like Utrecht. Utrecht, Utrecht is the Blick new thing. And it's inexpensive. Julie Parker, you speaking French in there? Also have, okay, I'll wait till you correct that. Auto correct, go away. So when I pull out all of my watercolors last year, we went through the thing. Um, I have a lot. I have a lot of watercolors. I do. Hi, Carol. How are you? I have a lot of watercolors, and let's just say I love my watercolors because if you are new to my channel, watercolors saved my whole soul. They saved my whole sanity. That's how slapping paint on paper literally got started. Was me painting through my grief and just asking God for my joy back. So it pretty much just started just literally doing what I'm doing right here, just slapping paint down and not expecting anything. I wasn't looking to have make something great. I wasn't expecting anything to just be, what's that thing, museum quality. I wasn't even expecting it to turn where it has turned. I just wanted my joy back. I just wanted my peace back. I just wanted to smile again after the loss of my son. And so here we are. Now, my watercolors, I can do it in my sleep. Like I'm gonna pop these flowers down here so fast, it'll make your head spin. And I'll be like, oh, I'm done already. So what I have learned is I like a challenge and I'll buy different brushes. And that's where we are with watercolor now. Okay, just know that student grade doesn't have as much pigment as professional. Yeah, no, now for the people that are here for that information, there it is for you. That for me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I went down the gamut of all the things, and even that didn't matter. Like some colors I just like because they are what they are. I don't know. But when you come in, and I like gouache. I like gouache. Hi Maria. How are you? Welcome to Create Joy Studio. That's a new one for me. Like if you're new here, do say something new, do say hello in the chat so we can, as Mariah say at PMR the studio, please say hello in the chat so we can say hello back because we like to know that you're here. It's a shame. It's like a commercial. I can hear her literally saying that. And if you're new here and you're like, PMR Studio, who's that? Well, we just follow each other around here because we like joy. We like to hang out and we like creativity. So when I'm not watercoloring, I'm gel printing. And you go over to PMR Studio for that. But to get back to what Alicia said about you got to know that student grade doesn't have as much pigment as professional. If you want to for me it wasn't about learning. That's when I started out. It was about something that I had no control over. And remember what I told you guys, watercolor, you can't control too much of the process. And I think, me personally, I think watercolor again gave me a place to just rest. Like when I saw that, when I was trying to control it, if I wanted, and when I say control, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. If I started out saying, okay, I want to put a pretty flower right here, and I want it to do this, and I don't want it to go anywhere. Well, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, the flower did opposite of what I wanted. So there was no control. And so when I started realizing, and stuff like that would happen, and I started realizing, oh, wait, I don't have any control over this, but it's fun. It's making me have fun. Like it really made me enjoy what was happening on the plate. So I guess I never got in the first time when somebody said something to me about what she said about the colors, and I went back and was trying to see, well, what's the difference? And because that wasn't where I was in my lane, it just didn't I didn't care for it. Didn't just like, wait a minute, I was trying to figure out what was what. So then I went and bought professional. And then I was like, okay, I got these student grades, now professional. All right. And then I would do this here and be like, well, what's the difference? It frustrated me. So that's why I say, if you're starting watercolors for the first time, just enjoy the process. And then if you come back and you find yourself getting deep into it and you want to know, then that's when you go down the rabbit hole of all those things. Now, over here at Create Joy Studio, I don't go into all those things because personally, I don't care about all those things. All I care about is slapping paint on the paper for fun and having joy. And at the end of the day, somehow it turns into something very, very beautiful. And then I look back and I be like, oh, my heart's not hurting anymore. That's what it does for me. But I want you to do what you want to do and learn how you want to learn. And if it's something that I can help you with, I'll be happy to help you with. I definitely can direct you in the right place to go. And I've been told, people tell me I still teach them, but I'll be like, okay, well, I want to teach you joy. I like when more than one of us have a live stream in a day, and I see a lot of the same people in the chats. We do follow each other. Yeah, we do. Yeah. Yep. 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 Because we started out with Eddie this morning. I feel like we should have started out with somebody else. Normally we do, but started out with Eddie because it's Wednesday. I usually don't do anything on Wednesday except um started out with a cheap set, and I like the colors. Also have Kuretake sets. Yeah. Anybody else have any watercolors like that you use? Rest of the jewelry running sound point. Okay, Barb. See you later. I just don't want people to be disappointed if they end up with paint that's more binder than color. Yeah, that's I understand. And that's deep. All right. What other color? Let's put some orange. 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 Can't say it like Eddie, but we're gonna put some orange on here. I'll put some orange on here. Last year we did um I went down the rabbit hole of the difference between gouache acrylic gouache and watercolor gouache. That was fun. Not very fun, but it was very fun, educational. There's a video. There's video for that. And there's a t-shirt to tell you there's a video for that too. If it gets too technical, I sometimes have words. I don't have the words to explain it if it gets too technical. Then it's not joy. It's not fun for me anymore. Then it sounds like a job, and then I don't want to do it no more. So I just want to create joy, and I want to do it one brush stroke at a time. Now, all the other things is usually how people usually come back. So creativity as a woman, for me, I needed to feel the peace after all of the paint goes down. I needed to take a deep breath and look at it because my heart was grieving, and I was a beginner. So I didn't care about all of the other things. Creativity is for the person who wants to feel joy again, and that was me. So when you look at watercolor, it's a beautiful place to start because watercolor teaches you how to loosen your grip and be patient with yourself. You add water, you add color, you get a brush, and then you just kind of let it just kind of go as you go, one brush stroke at a time. You just take a deep breath in and let it go. And right there, it's kind of works out that right. You know, it's kind of like life lessons. Watercolor lets you know you can't control everything in life. You can't hold on tight. So you kind of have to let go, right? Yes, man. Let me get this. Because after I did the watercolors and found the watercolors that I liked, then the next thing was to get on this brush venture. It's like, okay, what's next now? All right, let's see what kind of brushes you like. Filbert is minus after the round. Filbert is my A number one brush. All right, let's go in here and get some. Let's see, we got orange, we got purple, we got yellow, which are my happy colors, all happy colors. Oh, let's do some blue. Got to put some blue in there. Kind of squiggle. Move that right there. Put some squiggle, wiggle right there. Damn, that go that way. Kind of let's squiggle it that way. Make it a little loosey goosey and like it's gonna peep from under there and boop right there. Boop. And get a little bit more to make it nice and bold. Let's put one right there. No, right here. And I'm left-handed, so gotta turn this puppy upside down. Oh, my peony is upside down. That's what happens when you're left-handed. Well, not really. We can make it. We can make it go. It'll be all right. Okay. Squiggle, boop, boop. And squiggle a little bit right there. And kind of make it look like it's peeping out. Boop, 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 boop. Put a little bit more right there. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Boom. Zoe, this brush right here is actually this brush is actually my calligraphy brush. That's what I bought it for to do calligraphy. But it is a Besta fountain. I have three sizes. Got a big one, a medium one, and another one that's small. So it was actually a brush that I got for calligraphy. Where is the other one? And I have to keep my acrylic paint brushes away from my watercolor brushes. I don't know where the other one is. It's probably back there. Yeah, it's a fun brush. It's a fun brush for doing um what do you call it? Do when I do acrylic, but it's even more fun brush to paint with. As you can see, it makes it easier. Okay, so I've done my little thingy right here. Now we're going to come in with the fun colors, the fun color. which is green. And I'm going to switch over for my green that I like is over here. Carla says that's sort of how Vivi said orange when she was 18, but I told the child knowing crayons, maybe I'll post it. Urge, yeah, urge. I like the way Eddie says it. It's right before the squirrel. He's like, where Carrie at? And looked down to look at the phone to see what he was doing, and that's when the dog went chasing the squirrel. Gotta run, have fun. All right, Marie Art, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you showing up for me here over here at the first day of World Watercolor Month. And everybody else, if it's your first time here, welcome, welcome to Create Joy Studio, where we heal one brush stroke at a time. You cannot breathe two breaths at a time. It's one brush stroke at a time. One breath at a time, one brush stroke at a time. I don't care how much I want to paint, I can only paint one brush stroke at a time. That was part of my healing when I started with the watercolor. And I was like, hey, just take a deep breath. Just breathe, right? Just breathe. And when you're on your healing journey, so I say all the other stuff doesn't matter, right? And then when you're trying to paint, you're wanting to get all this fabulousness because you saw somebody painting, don't put that much pressure on yourself, right? Definitely don't overwork your pages. And when I say overwork your pages, meaning overwork a piece, just give it a day, walk away from it and come back to it. And it'll look different tomorrow. Trust me. Trust me. And then I started following Christy Rice. She the one that just really let me go. Just really kind of like, oh man, I don't have to really try to be that perfect with it. She's just like, nope. And if it's ugly, own it, claim it. It's yours. It's your joy. And I was just like, oh wait, did she say joy? That was another reason. It's like, oh, Christy Wright, for the joy's sake. I was like, oh yeah, thank you God for bringing me here. Because a lot of people like to have perfection. I'm not here for perfection. I'm here for joy. I want my heart to be free of all of the mess. And right now, in this point in time in life, we need to have more fun. Like the people that are literally scale the Empire State Building. I don't know who they are, but y'all need to. We got any updates? Like who these people are? Like when they get down, I know they're gonna be arrested. But they're up there saying the world needs more love, and I agree. The world needs more love and more watercolor. I wish Arches prices were not so so Arches. For the paper, yeah, I like B paper. As a matter of fact, I put my affiliate link in with Blick in the comment in the description box below because I love Blick's um the B. That's where I get my B paper from. And Fabriano is my next one. Now, the only time I use Arches is when I'm going to commission somebody wants a piece, then I put it on Arches paper. But other than that, I do not practice with Arches. And you remember I told you, and that's another thing. If you're new and you've never watercolored before and you want to watercolor, that's the other thing. Go to Five Below and get that paper. That paper is good to start with. It is very, very good watercolor paper. I've tried it. I got some. I like it. I love it. That's usually what I make my tags from. See? So look here. You go in and just kind of put some greenery on here. There's no right way to do it. Just pop them in there, right? You can change the colors to make it, look different. But right now, I just kind of want to add a little bit, just a little bit fun so it doesn't just look boring and page full of nothing. At this point, I want you to take a deep breath and just be like, oh, I can do that. Karen, did you hear that Benny Hill music while you were chasing the dog? Sal, listen, now that you said that after the fact, oh my goodness, if that didn't just pop all up in my head, oh my goodness, that was just too funny. Okay, I'm gonna let this one dry a little bit because I'm gonna come back in and I'm gonna do some more stuff. So we'll let that one dry a little bit. Just a little bit. We got a little bit time for that because we got these that are dry. Oh goodness, that was funny. Hi Miranda. Welcome. Happy Canada Day. I'm gonna make it to Canada one day. All right, let's see. I'm gonna use, since it's the beginning, let's go over here and show y'all what my India. These are from India. Let's see. I haven't sprayed them. I haven't woken them. I'm hoarding these. These are my, if I was to say that I'm hoarding watercolor, this palette right here is the one I hoard, except for that color. Because some of these colors in here he doesn't make anymore. So there's a place in Italy actually where these right here, he shows the quarry, Q-U-A-R, where they dig rock to make countertops, and like he goes there and gets the sediments, the stuff to actually make the watercolor. So it's not all the time that you get these, and these come out like maybe 5 years later or something like that. So I kind of hoard them. Let me show you how pretty it is. We can't contaminate them either. Okay, so sure, the protesting couple got engaged at the top of the Empire State Building. They made a docu about climbing tall buildings around the world. So that's what they're doing. They're protesting, but so they got engaged on now that right there. How much time y'all think you think they're gonna get arrested? I thought that was just so daggum interesting. Like, what in the world? Thank you for that update, Eddie. Cause I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And right before I hit the live, the lady just didn't have no daggum. She had no information for me. I love Mr. McCoy, but I don't think we've been climbing up nowhere to get engaged. As a matter of fact, we got engaged in the jewelry store. They set me up. So it's over. Oh, so it's already done. So they got arrested. Yeah, well, I got to follow this story. I want to know, like, what is the time for how I have so many questions. Y'all keep putting it in the chat since it's over. But I bet you they're happy. Look at that story. That story that they're gonna tell their grandkids one day. Hopefully they get married and stay together and all the things. And 'cause good Lord, that's something. Oh, I can't put that in there. Oh, hold on. I need my mixing palette. Excuse me, Sienna Grace. Oh, girl, would you move? Oh, what I like. The things people do for love, but with more facts and lots of sparkle. I want, oh, I want to I want to go to Canada one day. My sister likes water, and I always want to do Niagara Falls, and I want to go. Yeah, I want to go deep, deep into Canada. Like I'd be looking at all those movies, and I was just like, oh my goodness. And then when I look, it's like, oh, that was recorded in Canada. Okay, so let's wake that up right there. And just before you ask, I got this little palette right here off of Amazon. Not Amazon. It's handmade off of Etsy. And I will come back and put it in the description box because I don't recall right offhand. But it's handmade. Excuse me. It's a ceramic. When I got those, what are those watercolors? Their box is sitting right there. Magellan. I needed to have a ceramic palette to mix them in. So that's where this came from. Let's put that right there and keep on rolling. Oh, drop that. No worries. We're gonna do it like this. See, this is how you take a oop, didn't mean to drop that. Turn it into, well, guess that's a big old leaf over there now. Kind of pull that there. Mix that right there and let that bleed on right there. Boom. Drop what? Where? Kind of put a little leaf to come out right there. Make that look like it's coming down there. Boom. Put that. Before you know it, we're going to have it sitting into, it's like a corsage kind of thing. Let it bleed on in. There we go. No stress. Don't stress yourself. The top of the Empire building is, yes, that's so here's the thing. So did they say that the people were what do you call those people that do climbing, like mountain climbing? Like, did they say how they got up there? Was somebody a part of this little love engagement thing? That security that let them up there? Like, is somebody gonna lose their job for it? How they get up there? Because I thought they have fences and things to keep people from jumping. I know last time I went up there, you couldn't, like, I didn't think it was anywhere you could go. I don't know. I'm here for the update. Thank you, Eddie. And everybody else that has news. I was scared taking a step out of the elevator at the Empire State. You would get me going, right? Like, it was a lot. They haven't said how they got up there. Uh-huh. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's let that dry over there. Now, this is purple. Because I want y'all to see this beautiful color right here that is like, um, I'd have to move the thing to tell you what color it is. Right, Julie Parker? Where there's a will, there is a way. I'm not afraid of heights, but I just, there's nowhere in the world I could see me. I just couldn't, I don't know. Couldn't see it. But again, you have to know what you can do, right? You have to know, like right now, I'm watercoloring. Somebody was just like, well, I don't see how you're doing that. Yeah, I get it. Well, congratulations to the engaged couple that went on top of the Empire State Building. If you're just coming into the live and you're like, who got engaged? Well, there's a couple. Quite sure we're gonna know all of the information soon of who they are. Well, that's if our current administration let them have some time. I like that color. See how beautiful that color. And this is handmade watercolor. This one is handmade. The color, these are handmade. And when you talk about like Alicia was talking earlier about pigment, now it doesn't get no better. It don't get no gooder than that right there. That right there, you see, this is what she's talking about. Like you look at this, I don't even have any watercolors over here that would show up like to compare them to make you know what she was talking about. But these right here are very, very vibrant, and that is very creamy. They are so creamy. And I also love watercolors that it doesn't take a lot of water to wake them up. Like I don't want to be spraying all day long trying to get my watercolors to just wake up. Now, when I say wake up, meaning I spray, put my brush down, you ready to go. I don't have time to spray you like 15 minutes and then I gotta wait for you to get the creaminess that which is like what she's talking about, the binder and all that stuff to get together and decide, okay, it's time for all of us to come together and show up. I don't got time for all that. There is an observation deck in the Sears Tower. Yes, that's name. Yes, yes. And I don't think I will ever go up there. It's illegal for people to climb on top of the people. Yeah, people do it. Yeah. Is that the glass one? Uh, Snakes and heights are a problem for me. Now, snakes are definitely a problem for me, although I killed one the other day. I was mowing and he was there, and it was just like, yep, you ain't finna go nowhere. I just rolled on over him with the mower and made sure he got. Heights, I'm okay with. I'm okay. I'm gonna do something else with that. We're gonna let that dry. Need a color. We're gonna need some blue. So let's put this one up. Tomorrow I'll be using my Rosa Gallery, I think. I'm from Chicago. I heard it's time for the percolator. One time for the percolator. Zell is hot today. Zell, you feeling better today, huh? You've been on it. My goodness. All right, let's use another brush. My whole thing is not to use the same brush the whole time. And I do not have I used to have a favorite brand brush, which was, as a matter of fact, my brushes here that were by Emma LaFave. Simply waiting on paint to dry, literally. Let's open it. These are, I did a subscription with Emma LaFave for a whole year where we got her whole set of brushes. Oh, that's where they are. I was wondering where you were. But all of the brushes that came, and so I love her brushes because they are true. They're designed for watercoloring, watercolorists. So her brushes and the Cotman watercolor brushes, they are on the same kind of level, but I like them. But I got some brushes, and this is not in. I have two more of these full of brushes. That's what happens after being not feeling well. That's how I bounce back. Yes. Hey, Alec. She on fuego. I'm here for it. I am happy that you're feeling better. I don't like when you're not feeling. That's like Julia just said. She was feeling unwell with and then vertigo. That is definitely not vertigo. Definitely not. I learned a lot from her when I started work. Emma LaFave. I love Emma LaFave. Like I wanted to go on one of her retreats, but baby, it costs too much. I'm just gonna be real honest. It costs too much. I guess Mr. McCoy forgot what time it is because he keep texting me. So y'all notice he don't come in the chat no more. He said my chat said had gotten to the place that they were they were a little intent and he couldn't join without talking. I was like, well, how do I lie? He's like, no, that's you tell the truth. But sometimes you just hit people across the head. I said, oh, you mean I hit you across the head? He's like, yeah. Like I wonder how everybody else feel. I was like, well, I don't know. That's the whole point. You don't want people to be stuck in life. That's the whole reason why I share my journey, is to show people how I'm not stuck. Hence the grief artist. I mean, I'm always gonna be grieving. It's always, but do I do it 100% every day, all day? No. And how do I not do it? Creating joy in the studio. That's pretty. Let's make that there, that there. This is a detail brush. Kind of brings out you move that water around. That's when the water with watercolor becomes your friend. And Christy Rice going to Greece. I looked at that one. I was like, who's these people that are hosting these daggum trips? Just say, Lord, please bless me with my villa in Italy so we can go over there like that. You have water, and if you feel like it's got a lot of water on it, just move it around. Open it up. There we go. See right there, that's a harsh line to me. Don't put no more water on the brush. Just move what's there and just gradually move it. And then it'll make it look like it's part of the flower coming alive, literally. Boom. There we go. Reason number 456 to not go to, wait, not go to Australia? Wait, what I mean? Hold on a minute. No snakes for me either. Where to go? Those snakes are deadly, and we were at least 1 hour driving away from here. Wait, what? Hold on, I gotta back up. Okay, Pinko, once when Mom and I were walking through the bush, we nearly walked over a red belly black that was directly in front of us. It's with its head reared up at us. Woo! We were very slowly back up and diverted. Ah, those snakes are deadly. Yeah, I think that was the one thing that made me not want to go to Australia no more. Is they told me the deadliest snakes are in Australia. And when they said that, like they said, y'all have an island or somewhere over there that is called Snake Island or something like that. I was just like, I'm good. I didn't want to go. I don't want to go nowhere. That's why I like being in Germany. Because Germany didn't when they showed me what their version of a snake was over there, I was like, that's a worm. It's like, well, because we could walk, we'd be on the Wunderweg and didn't have to worry about walking up on a snake. I was like, oh yeah, that's my kind of thing. But I don't want to. I don't like. I mean, here on the ranch, like I said, we got 10.5 acres. We try to keep it mowed down. Like I keep it mowed so I don't have to worry about walking up on anything. And I think the dangerous thing around here for us is rattlesnake. For the dogs, it's a water moccasin because the dogs don't have a venom or whatever that thing is to protect them against a water moccasin. So, but we don't have water right near us. There's a water next door, but so far we haven't seen anything. But Lord, the brown snakes are even more deadly. Ugh, I'm okay. I'm with Eddie. 456 reasons to not to go. Or unless I'm go. Hey, so are they on the beach? Are they on the beach like Julie Parker? So y'all have beautiful beaches there. So do y'all have snakes on the beach? You know, snakes on the plane, snakes on the beach. Let's pull that down. There we go. That's nice. Thin. When you want nice and what do you call that thing? You just get your thinner brush. Come on up. Not gonna do the leaf. Just kind of want to give it a little bit of something. We'll leave that. Come over here, do a little line work. Kind of come up there and just. So for World Watercolor Month, just pull your watercolors out. Just use them, especially if you have them. Now, if you're new to watercolors, just like Lynn said, go to the dollar store. Get some and try it. I just want to challenge you to try something new. Especially if you're trying to figure out how to navigate through a hard part of life, right? Sometimes it's hard to find out what that is. And sometimes you might see some things as intimidating. Like we're talking about snakes right now. They are very intimidating. Like it makes me not want to even go certain places. But I have to grab that fear, like I grabbed this brush, and be like, ah, I got this. Right? So don't let it intimidate you. Just take 10 to 15 minutes a day to try to do it. And the other thing you can do, you can draw it. If you're a good draw person that likes to sketch or draw, do like I did. Or you can do the stamping, stamp it out, and then just watercolor it. There's no right or wrong way to participate in World Watercolor Month. Use watercolor pencils. Those are great too. I just want you to try something different, or I want you to just join us for 31 days or 10 days or however many days if you want to. Or if you don't want to, and you're just like, girl, I'm not finna try another medium. Nope, I'll just here hang out. Just hang out with us. You can keep the chat going. We're okay. Only thing we don't really talk about in chat is I can't say we don't talk about it, but we don't really engage in it a whole heap a lot is politics and religion. We might bring it up, but we're not gonna debate it or talk about it or and we don't belittle people. So we like to have fun, you know. So if you don't want to do anything, just join us. Look at that. This one needs to be deeper because that's a big leaf. Just kind of boop, boop it out. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Boop. Just kind of do a little bit there because that's a dead leaf. Okay, I've never seen snakes on the beach. Some beaches have blue bottle belly fish. Don't touch them. They have a painful stink. Okay, so that's like a jellyfish. But northern parts of Australia have tiny jellyfish that's deadly. I wouldn't go swimming in the beaches up there. Sydney is okay. Okay, Sydney's okay. Okay. Lord have mercy. Because that's the why I want to go to Australia because of the beaches. Okay, so this is purple and red. I love purple and red together, but I kind of want a bluish. But I don't think I have that color in this palette. Smooth these puppies over here. Open this up. Do, 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 do. Let's get color are you? It's brown. What color are you? Let's see. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. I just kind of want to drop some color in. Not nothing fancy. Don't want to take away from the color that's already there. So at the end of World Watercolor Month, everything that I create, usually I take it and put it in my book. So that's why I'll try to go through the stuff we did last year that I did last year. They were on individual pages. Actually, one of the designs from last year actually turned into the stamp. That's when that flower, that the stamp actually, the stamps in memory of my son and daughter was done last year. Mariah was over here threatening me with a good time and did. Okay, now let's just put some of yellow kiss a fellow in here and down there. And put some of that right there. Drop it in there. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. There we go. Put that right in the center. Okay. There we go. Boom. She cute. Her cute. Her cute. Her cute. I like the simplicity of this one. All right, here we go. Eddie, I did tell you today is my little brother. Oh, I've heard Fraser Island is really good. What's now Brisbane higher, four-wheel drive and try to keep away from the dingoes. Wait, what? And try to keep away from them. So are they bad? Julie Parker educate me today, honey. Come on, talk to me. Seems like it's just Australia's just a whole nother different world. Like for real, for real. I've only seen it on TV. You know, what's the show? What's the movie? Crocodile Dundee. Other than that, I really have never gotten into like I said, after they talked about the snakes, I just like, oh, I'm good. I don't need to go over there. Oh, that's good. Let's put that there. Blue. Go that through there. Put through there. Just peekaboo a little bit. Come through here. flip it around. There we go. The belly of the brush is your tool. The belly of the brush makes it fun. Like you use the tip for what you use it for whatever. But and that's another thing. If you're new to watercolor and you're gonna be trying it, right? Did the dingoes eat your baby? Wait, what? Oh Lord. Um, I want you to use a brush that has full body so that you can lay it down. And when I mean lay it down, I mean lay it down. Let's see what, oh, everything else. I don't know where I can lay it. I don't want to lay it on that. Oh, let's lay it on here. I can lay it on here. Don't get in water. So the brush. This is a number 10 Cotman. Very, very soft, very fine bristles, right? So when you look at, you got the tip. So the tip is going to give you a tip, just give you a very smooth. But then when you're going, you take that tip and you go, 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 and then lay that body down that brush and go, 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 down, down, and then boop, you got your leaf. And then you come over here to the other side and do the same thing and lay it down, and you got your leaf. Like literally that simple. Hi, Bernadette. Those kangaroos. Okay, what did we get an answer? Yes, dingoes are dangerous, and part of the reason for that is because stupid people give them food. I wouldn't camp in the. Okay, dingoes. So dingoes is like what? A kangaroo? Are kangaroos dingoes? Like what are dingoes? This is size 10. Yeah, this one is a size 10. But do you see how beautiful that stroke was? Dingo. So it is. Boy, is a dingo a Oh, is it? Okay, thank you. It's a dog. Okay. Listen, I was just going to say, y'all was like, somebody was going to have to answer me quickly. Okay, it's a dog. Wild dog. Gotcha. So they take people's babies for real? For real? Do they eat them? I'm going to let that go. I'm trying to create joy over here. Let's put this back. Let's get back to this brush in the body. This body. Oh, Sienna Grace. I was talking about dog. She heard dog. She jumped up. No, no. Go back over there and sit down. Okay, so then I'm gonna take this one because this one has a nice tip. See that tip? So it's a number 10, and the body of it is let's compare it to, well, that's not. Let's see, where's another one? I gotta compare it to a smaller. This one is a 6. So you see you got more brush, more body. You got more body. So this one is gonna give you thinner body, whereas this one gonna give you more, and then a 12, and then of course you go on up and further, so forth and so on. So tip it, drag it, body, let the body, all the paint come out, same thing. And then I come back down here at the base of it because I want it to be pretty much the same thing. And boop, there it is. I like it, love it. So, and that's how basically I use the body of the brush, which is what I was saying about this. And then you can come back like I did on this one. You come back if you want your leaf to have stuff in it, you just come back and kind of use another color or whatever. So I call it the drag and drop. You say press and lift. Yeah, I call it the drag and drop. So when you look at it, because I'm going to use this, you drag it. So you drag it. You drop it, you pull it, and then the body, and you'll pull it, drag and drop, drag, drop, and if it pull it up. And if it's not the way you want it, you can always go back in and always tip it. You pull that little tip, and that gives it, it's going to give it what it needs. Right? Drag that's how you dance the drag and drop or the press and lift. So when you look at, so when I hear press and lift, and I'm very, very literal, right? Press. So then I would press and lift. and that wasn't giving me what I needed. So I call it the drag and drop. So you drag it, drop it, and then pull it up. And then I'm gonna come back down here because I want it to be together. I'm gonna drag it, drop it, and then lift it. And then because that is kind of open, then we're gonna fill it back in with some paint. We're not gonna worry about it. We're gonna let the paint kind of do its thing because it's got water, right? Put some more water on there. Just kind of let it do its thing. There we go. What? Oh, you said Mariah. Yes, that was the on the brush, not the Crocs. Y'all are killing me. But we have to clarify. Like, wait, is that real or is that It was. I was looking at Sienna Grace. Go sit. No, go sit. No, go sit. She's just like, wait a minute. No. And they can't go outside because it's too daggum hot out there. And I can't put her outside because the other dogs are over there in the doghouse in the air condition. There we go. No, oh, and she hear me talking, and then I'm talking about dogs, and I guess she knows the word dog. She's just like, wait a minute, are you wanting me? No, I don't want you. Your name is Sienna Grace. Oh, this blue is so pretty. Look at that. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Bernadette, when you come, are you going to paint? Everybody wants to know, are you going to be in the studio? Because I'll be watercolor, it's World Watercolor Month, so I'll be live when y'all are here. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, every day that you're here. Are you going to come live and hang out in the studio? Is winter where? Where's winter at? Or is it winter over in Australia now? Yes. Okay, y'all. Bernadette says she gonna paint. Yay! And y'all already know we're gonna have to put Crystal on a leash. She already hot to trot. She already ready. So I'll have to make sure that I have the cameras ready. Well, Bernadette already has her YouTube. We just need to make sure we can log everybody in on their own channels and have them as guests on the show, which is we'll work that out before. Oh wow. Okay, so it's cold over there now. Oh, all right. So do your snakes still come out when it's cold? Or is it like in the States? Our snakes go away when it's cold. Like they too hot to trot now. They out. You can't don't go walking out here barefooted right now. That's not the time. If you don't walked on a baby one. That is so pretty. That's so pretty. So pretty. So pretty. All right, let's get another piece of paper. Well, let's go back and finish our we got it. It's ready to finish up on the center, kind of, maybe. Let's get some of this. Yeah, oh no, get some of that. Put in there. Mix that over there. Right there. They hibernate. Okay, so they do hibernate. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Now this, so we got this right here. Just watch. We're gonna transform this a little bit, not a lot. Just gonna kind of do its little thing. Gonna let it do its thing. We're not gonna worry about how it is. Because remember, in the beginning, don't try to create something. The definition comes after it pretty much dries. Then you can kind of just come back and stroke it out then. And you just let the brush, again, let the paint do its thing. You put it down and leave it alone. It's kind of like in life. We don't really worry about it. After we've prayed about it, we kind of move on. Nothing we can do about it. Okay, so I'm back to the people that's on the that was on the Empire State Building. Did they come down on their own? Like, how did that work out, Eddie? Did they come down on their own? Hey, Darcy. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with another color yellow. I'm just gonna keep building it up, but I'm just gonna keep putting it down. And then when it dries, it'll dry in layers. And what I don't like, if there's anything I don't like, then I'll wake it back up. Because you know what, watercolors, all you have to do is just put some water on it and wake it up. There we go. Let's move. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. Oh, Lord, I love that. See, that's why I say I ain't got time for the all of the things that it does. Just show out for me when I come in. Just show out. Watercolor has it just hadn't done me wrong. Let's put that. Let's do that again. I bet you I can't do it again, but we're gonna put it there and see. Okay, go there. Just imagine this as being a big old world-class bloom. There we go. Let's let that go there. Over there. Okay. There we go. Remember I was talking about the body? See how we lay that body down and that body is pushing that paint over? Boom. All right, we're going to leave that alone. Let that dry. We're going to go back over to another one. Okay, Eddie. All right, we'll find out. We're going to find out more. They popped into 2000. I mean, they popped into, yeah, July 2026. Hot. Like, like who noticed? Did somebody notice them up there? Did they call in and be like, hey, I'm up here? Or did an alarm go off? Your girl got questions. This is why you have to be a real reporter because people have real life questions. They ain't got that BS questions. Like, why did nobody show up for the carnival, whatever that thing was? I don't want to know that. And it's pretty crystal clear. You wasting my money on what? Like, people over here starving, can't do things, and you're wasting money doing what? Oh, okay. Crystal clear on that. All right, I'm gonna need some more water. See, and a dry brush. And another thing you need is paper towel. Have a paper towel. So I have an all-purpose. I want this kind of dry a little bit so I can move the paint. See how you can pick it up? Just gonna slide that over there. Just move it a little bit. These dogs gonna get put out because they done got to moving. There we go. All right, let's put something down there, right there. Because this is the bottom of the flower. There we go. Cool. Cool. Got it. Uh-huh. All right. All right. All right. See how this is drying? This is just coming. I like that red. I really do like the way that red did. So let me get another detail brush so we can really do some fine works. Fine work. Let's put this yellow, some of that, mix that up. Now I do like mixing up watercolors. I like mixing up watercolors better than mixing acrylics. There we go. And we're going to streak just a little bit. There we go. Sorry, y'all. I got quiet. I got into what I was doing, which is why watercolor is my safe space. Oh, it just makes me happy. What makes you happy in life? Like, is there something that makes you just like when you do it, you just like, oh my goodness, I feel free. Like there's nothing nobody can do to me right now because I'm so free doing it. pull this in here just a little bit. Pull it up. This is really defining the flower now. Each petal, not the flower itself, the petals. So now you can see as the flower, like that's the one coming over here. So the blooms are starting to, just like the same way when you have a flower in your garden or when you get a bouquet of flowers. You've looked at it. I got some beautiful peonies for Mother's Day. Oh my goodness, they were heavenly. They just didn't last long. And I planted some hydrangeas. Well, Mr. McCoy planted my hydrangeas yesterday, put them in the ground. They had been in the pot. So hopefully they're going to do good for next year. Not this year, next year. Let's put that there. Hey guys, chill out. Do y'all hear the dog? Okay. Ooh. Color, texture as bit of twinkle, visual yummy. Wearing polka dots. The climbers are really the climbers are Russian and scale skyscraper for fun, even in a documentary called The Skywalkers. Well, Carol Buckingham, thank you for that. Now that answered all my questions. Okay. They are Russian, so they came over here to America. Yo, like I'm just, do they live in America? Now, wait, I got another line of questioning. So, are they from America? Did they get on a plane and come over here and decide they were going to do it? Like, what? It's past time for me to go. Okie dokie, see you later, Zal. Hey, Ava Lee. Oh, down. Okay. Oh, y'all can't hear him. So that means my noise cancellation is real good then. Okie dokie then. Cool. Let's see. How are we going to do that? Because that's that way. Well, maybe let's square that off that way. Yeah, I did. There. Okay. And put some more. See, there we go. Then that's kind of, oh, yes. There we go. Ava Lee, how have you been? I like it. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Y'all, I usually don't go into all the detail. I usually let it dry, but that's gonna have to dry so I want it to do more. And it's gonna be real puffy, and then we'll put the center in, then we'll bring the other flowers to to um to bring them a little more. Wait, that's not purple. That's not purple either. It's the wrong color. Clean that brush right there. Thank you. There we go. The watery. See, that was still wet. Like that was wet. Gotta take some of that off. That was really wet. Move that water around. Don't be scared of it, because I was surely scared of it. Move it around. Just wet it, move it, and just let it do what it want to do, because it's going to do what it want to do anyway, especially if it's wet. If anything, get you some more pigment and put in there and watch what fun comes out of it. Now I'm going to let that dry. Slide that there. There, put that over there. This is why I say don't hold yourself into I'm gonna make a flower, I'm gonna make a dog, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Just let the paint do its thing. All you're here to do is to have fun. That's it. That is it. Okay. What do you do with the paintings when you're done? Okay, so Zoe, some of them actually turn into what do you call it? Print, and I put them on my website and I actually sell them. Some of them turn into actually art that is on some cups. I have some cups that my art has been sublimated on. Oh yeah, there you go. Cookie put my website in. So I paid on paper. You can go over and check it out. Check it out. Check me out, and you can see. So, but most of them, now lately have turned into work that I'm putting on my website because I've accepted the fact that I'm an artist. Back in the day, you had people that tell you what you couldn't do. So now I'm walking into how paint saved my whole sanity. And some days paint save people's lives. Like when I have to go out, I be done like right now, I'm all high up on paint. Not from sniffing it, but just high on the joy of how it makes me feel and how it makes my life just makes me feel like I can face the world still because I'm over here slapping paint on paper. Or every day for the month of July, it's like, oh, it's going to be an exciting day. Why? Because I'm going to show up every day telling people about World Watercolor Month, right? So it works out. And that's just it. But this right here is just, this is pretty. And then I'm going to go in after each thing dries and we're just going to make it a little bit more. As a matter of fact, like, where's that thing at? I just had it. Like this one. There's an example of what this is going to turn into. That's a good example. And it has my words stamped on it. Guys, what are y'all doing? So this one, I never went back and finished this. Never went back and finished it. We did this one last week. So we'll let that dry. But you see, by the time you get ready to go over it again, right? I'm gonna layer it with darker color or either lighter color or take some color off. But this one turned out real good. There's a video for that. I did it last week. I think we did it last week. And then I just stamped over it. My flowers. My flowers. I love my flowers. I love your blessings in pink mug. Oh, yeah. So there's also what do you call it? A print on demand. Like some of my designs I've put on mugs. And I do not have that. I don't have it linked in the chat either. Is that not cool? I probably have to go back and redo all of that. See you later, Eddie. You fitting to take a nap. I'm fading. Time for my nap. Yes, listen, I wasn't even expecting you because I thought you was gonna go on and take your nap, but you go take your nap and enjoy the rest of your birthday. Hope dinner is great and wonderful. You're gonna be eating something fab. See you later. Carl Miller. I like when I see Carl Miller, then I hear all of that design, all of that in my head for PMR Studio. Hey Kathy, how are you? Hello. See, I think it's so neat. When somebody comes, somebody leaves. We're just hanging out over here. That chat is not moving. I don't know why it's not moving. Oh, probably because I didn't do the thing. That's what it is. Okay, no worries. All right, let's move back over. Okay, remember I said, because I'm feeling froggish and I'm gonna keep jumping. If y'all still here, great. Hang out with me. I'm gonna let these dogs out because they're getting on my nerves. But I wanted to show you these are watercolor. We're gonna use my flowers because it's all about flowers today. Zoe asks, does selling your work change how you approach painting? Absolutely not. So Zoe, here's the thing. I believe personally, most of the people, minus a couple people that I did not know, like that's when I really knew I was like felt like I was doing something. When people that I didn't know went on the website and bought stuff, I was just like, whoa. But most of the people know that my art is through a healing journey. And so most people like the fact of the the approach that I take with my art is I'm healing one brushstroke at a time. So if somebody commissions, say, I want you to do this, I like to have the freedom to do whatever I want to do. Like if they say, I want flowers, okay, I maybe ask you for 3 colors. But for the most part, I don't approach it any differently because nobody puts me in a box, if that makes sense. So, and I think that was one of the things I had to kind of decide for myself. Like, what was I going to do? What did I like? What did I want to do? Right. Because other than that, people see all the flowers and they'd be like, hey, can you do that again? I'd be like, I can try, but I promise you it won't be the same. Like even these flowers right here. Um, I can paint them again, but every time I look up there at the original, it's still different. So thank you for asking that. And I'm putting this here because I want the print to get stamped so I can put both of the flowers on here. And if y'all have a question, anybody have a question and I miss it, please just ask it again because all or do the at slap and paint on paper and it highlights, for me, and then I can see it. That's what Mo did. So I did that one. And then I want both of them to fit on the page. And the only way to do that is to kind of go off the edge a little bit. So that's just like, so Zoe, that's just like these flowers, these stamps right here, they are original design from my actual flower that I painted. I can't show it to you anymore because I finally framed it and it's finally sitting here in the studio in a frame and remind me that there is joy on the journey no matter what happened. And the other thing is there was a blessing through the pain. So this is Joshua, and this one's in memory of my son Joshua, and this one's in memory of Tanika. This one has more. Most people's like, well, I figured that one would be a girl because it has more design. But in the conversations while we were talking and discussing this, Brad came up and had a good point. And Joshua was all about being all the things. So hence we switched them up because this one was going to be so all the story. There's a whole video coming into this year, not this year. Yeah, this year. Yeah, coming into this year. Listen, I had to think long, how long? Yeah, coming into this year. There's a video coming into this year. These were birthed coming into January 2026. And every time I stamp them, it just reminds me that there's joy no matter what's going on in this world. There you can still have joy. All right. Now these right here, this is Stamp Blend Watercolor. It is Simon Hurley's watercolor. Now, y'all know I told y'all that I got these, and the point that why I got them, I didn't know that they were what they were, but it did say watercolor, right? So when I want to go and thinking I wasn't going to move it, it moves. So what you would need to do is wait for this to dry enough so that you don't, because other than that, it does ignite because it's watercolor. So that's what I wanted to show y'all if you got that. See how it moves that? But if you like that kind of thing, you can do that. But me personally, I let it dry. And that's you just using these. So I still found use for these, but I just let it dry a little bit. I let it dry a little bit. Okay, wow, Karen, that's how I approach my art and creating things. I don't like doing. Yeah. I don't even know if I can do the same thing twice. I think my leaves end up being twice. Most of my flowers, they look close. They look close. Like let's look at the ones we just did today. They're close. I just don't. The brush strokes are the same, but by the time I get finished, slapping the paint down and trying to maneuver, something changes. Even these, my little tulips. I will say that my leaves are the same. I can say that. Do you have a video sharing your full story? I'm also grieving and trying to find my footing again. Aw. First off, I'm sorry to hear that you're grieving. However, I do have well, any video that you can really go on, but I will truthfully say the ones about the stamps, that's the coming into the new year. But if you go over, there is a playlist and it's a grieving playlist. Um, but the story, I think every day when I come on, pretty much in the beginning of last year, 2025, I talk a lot about my grief journey of losing not one but two children. So it's been 19 years since my daughter and granddaughter's death, and it's been 7 years this year since my son's passing. Um, and watercolor, uh, taking watercolor, the colors, the brushes, and all of that has totally saved my whole sanity. And I'm a mixed media artist because I make junk journals. I just kind of do a little bit of all. But the thing that saved my sanity is watercoloring, watercolor painting. That's how this journey really, really, really got started. Um, and people would ask, what are you doing? I'm just over slapping paint on paper. So we got slapping paint on paper. But the story in itself is I wrote a book, but to have a video, I think if you go back to 2024, 25 and pick a video, really truthfully, and go through them bits and pieces, you'll probably get the story bits and pieces. Yeah, grief artist, that's it. Thank you, Cookie. That is it. And I pretty much every time I come on, I just pretty much try to navigate through my journey and try to be very authentic as to when life is just knocking the hell out of me. For real, for real. But you're in the right place. I'm happy that you're here. And do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and hang out with us. I'm here Monday and Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on a regular month. But because it's July World Watercolor Month, I'm going to be here every day, slapping paint on paper. But my journey has turned from being, how can I, well, a grieving artist. So if somebody say, well, Karen, who are you at your core? And I would have to say at my core, I'm a mother who have lost something very near and dear, and I've taken life and I've turned it around. So you know how people say, take that frown and turn it upside down. I didn't do that. Some days I still come and create even though I'm feeling crappy. I'll start my live off with, y'all know I'm very authentic with my grief, because it's hard. And I want people to know that even through grieving, you can still find joy. So there's joy after the storm. And it has turned into a business. Like I didn't plan on it. It was like, oh, I'm gonna turn my pain into profit. I didn't. It just kind of walked that way. Like I said, that last year, the end of last year, Mariah come in chat, threatened me with a good time. She's just like, yo, them flowers would be a good stamp. I'm just like, hey, that's what they say. I don't know. And I was like, well, let me pray about it. And then I was just like, wait, pray about it. Next thing you know, here we are. We have stamps. Not only do we have stamps, we have encouraging words. No, you thought we were done? No, listen. Then we have this one. This is my latest one. So if you're new and you just started hanging out with me, this is my words. This is what the last few years have my words and my journaling has turned into. And this stamp right here basically says, may the grace help you walk through every bright day of your life, right? Because life is going to be, it's going to be, you're going to have some hard days, especially if you're grieving, whatever you're grieving, however you're grieving, right? You're going to have some days where you're just not going to want to get up and walk. But I want you to have grace so that it can help you walk through it and walk through it with brightness, which is where the color comes in. And then I want you to keep the joy flowing no matter what is happening. You wake up and you're just like, I don't want to do it today. So no matter what is happening, keep the joy flowing. Paint, do books, slap some paint on some paper, slap some paint on a canvas, do whatever you have to do to keep that joy flowing, no matter what happens, because you're worthy of what comes after the pain. Had to tell myself that because I was feeling some kind of bad. It's just like, wait a minute. No, you're worthy of it all. You're walking through this. Give yourself grace. So we have grace, joy. You have to love on yourself, and you got to do all those things so that you can have the peace. So you don't cuss folk out in the when you go in there to pay for your gas, and the man just asks you how much, and you just go off because that's what grief was doing, and that's So I had to hone in and had to tell myself to give yourself grace and love you first so that you can have peace. That's what this says. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me do it for you. Let me stamp it out because we got some new people here. I need you to see. And if you want, you can get this. You have your own stamp. You can go over PM Artist Studio And I hear that it's double points. Stamp this down. Now, if I let you out that door, you're going to stay out that door. I'm telling you. And this one I did with Versaclear. Oh, that is so pretty. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Does that not make your heart happy? That makes my heart happy right there. So the whole thing, may the grace help you walk through every bright day of your life. Keep the joy flowing no matter what happens. You are worthy of it all. Love you first so you can have peace always. On a piece of art. And I could put some embossing on there. That's normally what I do. I'll put some embossing on there. But because it has the flower on there, I think that is beautiful enough. All right, we got this over here. Let's do this one. Because I like that. And today is July. We got new designs out. I don't have a new design for July, but they have some new designs over there. Eddie got new designs. Darcy got one. I can't wait for my mail to come so I can get it. Oh, that thing is going to bring me so much joy. And I got some stamps coming. And do. Yes, Carol, it does help to talk. Oh, and don't let Smooth Face fool you. I personally have a therapist, but I don't counsel anymore. I'm a counselor, but I don't counsel. After my son's, I needed to get through my own stuff. And Lord knows I just couldn't help nobody else get through their stuff. I needed to make sure I can get up every day and breathe. Hey, hey, you guys, chill out. Let's stamp this right. Let's see what we can. Let me see. Let's see. Because I don't want it all over the flower. Let's kind of do with that. Little words right there. I like it. And put a little bit right there. There we go. So I have a painting, I have a series on canvas that's called Her Tears. Because I realized actually while I was painting this, I literally was crying. And so it's just like, we call that Her Tears. It was the first piece that I actually put into a art exhibit to be shown. And then I had another piece that was in a, what do you call it? You had to bid on it. And so that's why I say I don't call myself, I'm not a crafter anymore. I'm an artist. I sell my stuff. I get commissioned to paint stuff. So it makes it happy. Lots of the regular names the chat have been are on a grief. Yes, yes. Somebody's over here grieving one way or another. I just happen to be a mother who has lost two children. We have Vicky that usually comes in. Vicky's lost. Um, I have quite a. We're all trying to find our way. That's the best way I can put it. And life sometimes makes us grieve, so we're trying to find our way there too. And I try to bring in not funniness, but bring in the reality. Yeah, great. Hold on, guys. Let me put these dolls down. Be like, oh, come back here. Will, because they're gonna let them stay out there a little bit. I'm gonna let them stay out there a little bit and get themselves together. But you know what? The thing I've learned most since I've started my YouTube channel is this. There's a lot of people with a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of people that's on, a lot of people doing a lot of things. My journey is my journey, and I can only tell my story as best I know how. And that's why the more God kept saying, talk to the people and tell the people what you're going through. And I was like, no, 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 no. So 2023 and 2024 was more saying, no, 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 no. And here we are now, a year later, for real, a whole nother phase of life. And all I can say is thank you guys, for being here. Thank you for being here, watching me do watercolor, do acrylic painting, do whatever I choose to do. You guys show up on Mondays and Wednesdays. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I like that. I look good. That's what I say. Look at me. I look good. I like that. I don't know why I haven't done that before. I've done it on the flowers. I've done it on these, but I didn't do it on it. Okay. Well, before I do this one, let's kind of use some of the paint we got here. Let's see. Get some of this. See, he whining already. I knew he didn't want to stay out there that long. What time is it? Oh yeah, he gonna be out there now until Mr. McCoy get home. Okay, we're gonna come up here. There we go, right there. Here. Put some water. So you do you create, like, what do you create? Because I want to invite you to go over there because, like, seriously, a lot of people that you see in the chat that's either here right now or was here, we are a tight little knit group that we've kind of cultivated, and we go from really channel to channel. So tomorrow, PMR Studio, you'll see Mariah has, she'll be, if you see PMR Studio in the chat, it's a mother-daughter group. I don't know if you've ever been over or heard of them, but if you haven't, then go over there and check them out. That's where Cookie Wookie in the chat be putting the links in, and she's putting the links to where you can get these stamps, where you can get my stamps from. That's actually, they have a channel. Excuse me. And they do a whole lot of different stuff over there. But join, go over there and hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when they go live, because they go live on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, Thoughting Thursday, and they go live Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Where's my card? I know I just had it right here. Yeah, some other daughter duo. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So 10 a.m., 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 3 p.m. So Thursday. And so for World Watercolor Month, on these days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I will be opposite them. So on Sunday, Monday, I'll be at 3 or either 6, 3 or 6, one of them. And then my days are Monday and Wednesday. We don't clash at all because our schedules are opposite of each other anyway. But yeah, and that's where you get, like, say, you go get the stamps and all the stencils. And we've had, I know two or three of the designers, like Eddie, whose birthday is today. He was just here before he left. He's a designer. Um, Darcy was here. Um, Becky's here. I don't know if they've left, but those are actual designers who have designs. They have stamps and stencils, which we create with. And normally I do gel printing as well. Now that's one of the things I really get to slap some paint down and take out some of my anger on. That's good. Okay, I do. I love painting food with watercolor. Okay, I don't create content though, but I am in need of an artist community. Well, you have sashayed on in. There's Darcy. She said, I'm still lurking. Lurking, still here. We love it. Darcy is my ain't nobody got time for that. That's where if you hang around and I get that gel plate out, or if I'd be like, ain't nobody got time for that. Darcy's the reason why I say that, because she's released me to just like, you ain't gotta let it dry. Just put paper down and pull it up. See what you get. You like it, you love it. Okay, great. If you don't, put it over there and come back later and slap some more paint on it later. We just like to have fun. And I have more creative friends online than I do offline. That's why I'm excited that Bernadette coming to the ranch and she gonna want to. So Zoe, go over and Cookie is putting all of the links. Go over and join. Go subscribe to these places because you'll see all these names again. Like some people are like you, they don't create, they come and support, which we appreciate all of them. But you hang around enough, we'll be having you like over here starting a channel. Be like, wait a minute, I need to share this with the world. I've turned a lot of my because Zoe, you asked me earlier about what do I do with things. I've turned a lot of them into cards. Bitty Penny and Libby did a live one day, and I was just like, wait a minute, I need to turn my art into cards. Like, wait, I can do that. Why go buy somebody's cards? So I turn them into cards. I sold some cards for Mother's Day. Hallmark, take that, since they ain't never got back. Not worried about it. Here we are doing our own thing. One day, still hoping to have cards, my watercolor cards. Look at that. It's just beautiful. Had to turn the AC on and it warmed up in here. Y'all, so let me tell you about my ceiling. I don't know if y'all have paid attention when I've done walks on the ranch, and the roof of the house is high, very, very high. High vaulted ceilings, very high, very, very high. So the man went up there yesterday and he was just like, he told Williams, like, you don't need a sauna. You just come on up here. It's like it was over 110 degrees up there. But the ceiling is high. And yesterday it was like 100 degrees. So I wasn't surprised. But we're gonna have to get on either end of the attic. We're gonna have to get windows cut in so that they can put fans up there to circulate the heat because the heat is in turn making the roof sweat because the house is cool and then the attic is hot, so you got that. What is it called, condensation, whatever that is, so it's causing problems. So we're trying to see how we're going to get that done, if what the insurance going to do or whatever. But y'all pray about that process because that's going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to be happy for the windows to be up there though, because our house in Germany, when we lived in Germany, that's how it used to be. When I go up in the attic and it had windows, and I just sit up there and look out the windows. It's very, very beautiful. Okay, look at that. Zoe says she paints fruit. I ain't got into none of that. My version of an apple or orange would just, I don't know. Our previous house, we had the large early birds put in. Yeah, that I think so. Whirly birds, is that like a big fan? Yeah, we got an attic. So it's an attic up there. It's a tall, like I can stand up in the attic two times. That's how high the ceilings are. There's Vicky. Vicky, I was just talking about you. So Vicky Retro Queen Bee Art meet Purple Converse 2013, which is Zoe. So we're introducing her to our new community. Bernadette, I think. Yeah, Eddie gonna take his nap. He go night. He gonna nap. I ain't gonna say he go night, but he gonna nap. Bernadette, are you behind in the stream? I feel like you behind in the stream. I feel like you might need to hit live. I think that's what it is. I like this. I love the way this came out. I really do. So, and another thing that I kind of do, let's see, is this a micron? Yes, but not the right one. So we can go in here, put that in there. Today is Wednesday. I'm trying to wait till my company comes so I don't go out to eat. But I just realized I ain't got no dinner, y'all. Trying to wait. I don't have a menu plan for the weekend either. We gonna kind of be like we're gonna lay like broccoli. Oh yeah, thank you, cause that wouldn't work, huh, Cookie? Oh my goodness, Lord, that would. Thank you for putting that in the chat. That would not have worked. I didn't even think about that. Oh my goodness. And this micron right here is a big one. This one is that the size? Yeah, this is a 10 or 1.0. See, this one barely has a, but this one is, I want it to have more body. And this is another way that you can also bring in, like if you feel like your watercolor just isn't popping and it just like, ah, okay. Then you just kind of can come back and, do a little bit of line work. There's something else I do. And it kind of just brings it. You have to know what you want your flowers or whatever you're painting, whatever you want it to look like. It's all up to you. Me personally, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't matter. My process, I want y'all to have fun. I want you to have peace while you're doing it, even if you only do it 5 or 10 minutes a day. Remember, the grace to help you walk through whatever you're going through in life, right? No matter what, just make sure that you're happy, because remember, what's for you is not for somebody else. What's for me is not for somebody else. Like a lot of times when I'm doing stuff, people gives me the ins and outs of it, and sometimes it gets a little over, like I get overstimulated, and I'd be like, okay, gel printing, for example. When I started out gel printing, I was just like, oh my God, this is fun. This looks fun. Let me try this. Okay. So I tried it. But then a lot of stuff that was being done it provoked me to ask questions. And when I want to ask, once I ask a question, then I want to go down that rabbit hole. But beforehand, if I don't ask the question, then it's kind of going to frustrate me and then make me either want to do it or not want to do it. So gel printing was a good example. And Cookie Wookie and I will forever be here on October in 2024. No, 2025, because I just started gel printing in 2025. I'm in Georgia in the U. Wait, Zoe, where are you? What part of Georgia are you in? Just stop me right in my tracks. Cause like I'm in Alabama. Look at this flower. This flower is just literally coming to life. Vicky, I was on your live, but I didn't say anything. Yep. I was just you know how I be in the balcony. And then I fell asleep. That's why usually when it's like that late, when it gets late in the evening, I was like, ah, I don't even want to start saying it. If I say anything and then somebody say something to me, I feel bad because like I be trying to stay woke. And I don't be wanting to say bye. You in the ATL. I was in ATL last Saturday. I was dropping my granddaughter off to her sister's. Now that's an artist. My granddaughter, she loves to sketch. She sketches so good. She was supposed to leave me something. She forgot. I'm in Alabama. Roll Tide. So look at that. Okay, so what I was gonna do was gonna stamp over this, but now that I've done that work, I don't want to stamp over it now. See, I don't want to stamp over it. I want it to stay. I like the way it is. All right, so let's put that one there. So y'all see the difference in watercolor? Although Eddie was threatening me with some gel printing. I'm going to gel print when I get off of here. Let's see, do we want to do this? No, let's put some words on here. Let me show y'all what the words look like. Those that don't know, we're gonna put some peace on here. Go. Boom. Let's do got peace, and I think I would like joy. Do peace. Wait, let me see. Nope. Peace, grace. Nope. Maybe it's the size. Use the small ones. Yes. Choose the little ones. And these come in big ones and little ones. So you got the itty bitty, which is like for my journaling, from my journaling peeps that like to journal. This was what I want, like these. That's what Mariah does. She threatened you with a good time. What is that? We already got peace. So let's put that piece right there. Okay. And I want joy. Let's put joy right there. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we got peace, joy, and let's put grace right up here. Over on Eddie's Live, Rhonda did some great work. She sent him a package. Oh my goodness, the paperwork that was in that package was just beautiful. I feel like I need to hang out with Rhonda and learn how to do some of the stuff, the way her papers turn out after she's done some things. Because y'all know Rhonda had me over here on that pace. Is it pace? Yeah, pace. Added that to the studio. So it took me, I had to stop doing that because I was just like addicted. So there we go. Now, since those are in there, I think we're going to, let's pull out some white. Let's go all the way. And I feel like I need to have a conversation with Rhonda about her creative process. Like, girl, what do you do? Like, is it like are you a science teacher and you just know how to do like different stuff to put it together? Because some stuff I don't want to put together because I don't want to start smoking on me. But give me a couple things to do when it comes to paint, and I'll do it. Especially if it's going to turn out something as beautiful. That with that paste, I had to get me some more paste because I used all my um the one thing that I told y'all that was it. I just missed it because it had dried up. So I got some more, and half of that thing is already gone. Talking about it now, I feel like I need to do it again. Do it again, do it again, do it again. So I like learning new things. I don't want to be put in a box. And I want to have the freedom to mess it up if I want to, which is what Dina tells Dina Wakely. And she tells me, just like, oh well, it's oh well. Okay, it's messed up. All right. Let's turn it into something beautiful. Don't worry about it. Keep going. I like those kind of people. People that want to play by the rules, I don't really want to do that. If you let me learn the rule and then just pretty much learn the rule just to break it. Something. Like the day Eddie was talking about the retarder. Well, I'm not going to break that because I don't want my gel plates mixed up. But mixing mediums, yeah, let's do it. I'm here for it. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? Oh, okay. So we can go. Let's go on. This will be my finish. I'll finish out with this one. We're just gonna go all the way with this one. So we got that. Got that. Ooh. All right. Where do we got? We got let's see. I have to do a little interviewing. Shoot. Got embossing powder over here. There we go. Pull it down. Pull it. There we go. We're gonna take it and we're gonna take it and make it. I love it. Put it on a card base already. Where's our glue? You know, my granddaughter used all my glue. I had to go and get some more glue. That's the running story for the summer. It's like I told my daughter, it's just like, hey, I think you need to be able have to ration out glue to her. Although she created something very beautiful, but Lord, you got to ration out that glue. That girl will make sure she does not want it to fall apart. She does not. There we go. Let's make that go in there. Boom. And y'all know me, I don't measure. Got a leaker. Get that off of there. There we go. Y'all know I don't measure. I don't measure at all. We're just gonna kind of smidge about right there. Hopefully it works out. And how much over there? About that much. Need a new blade. About that much. About that much. There we go. Boom. And it's a card. Oh, it's a card. It's a card. She's ready. She's ready for the base, and she's ready to be sitting out to inspire. That right there in itself, there's a card. It's already telling people to have grace, peace, joy, and love. And then you put it on a base, and then you send it to somebody, and who knows? They could have a birthday card. It could be a whatever kind of card. All of these really could be. This one could be. But I had to go ahead on and finish out because I wanted to. I just realized three, four. Well, actually, I haven't done a long live in a while. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Julie Parker. But I think if it came on because of the black that was in there, that was kind of brownish black. That kind of turned out pretty good. I like it. I love it. This one would do good on black too because it has the black on it. Y'all know I love to have me a good little black trim. Yeah, that one would work. But I think I'm gonna save this one to put in a frame. That one be a good one for a frame. But okay, I like the way this has turned out. So let's kind of walk back what we did today. We used my stamps. We put our stamps on, well, we finished the whole one, put it on a card. Let's move you out of the way. Move. We did those. The watercolor that I used today was mostly Daniel Smith and some of my handmade watercolors. But if you decide to go and get you some Daniel Smith, I have my link, my affiliate link in my description box below. I would love for you to, that'd be a great way to support the channel is by using my affiliate link when you go over and shop at Blick. Please and thank you. And if not, no worries, but hit that thumbs up button because that's a free way you can support the channel. We do like that. That lets people know that we're over here talking about what? World Watercolor Month. And it's all about flowers and joy. If you look at this desk and you don't have joy, it's not that you don't have joy. It just could be right now in this moment. You got to navigate through whatever is going on. The funkification of the world could be keeping you and clogging up your joy, right? So I want to inspire you to go get you a pen, piece of paper, whatever you need to do, scribble it out, scratch it out, and just keep writing. Like like literally, get your pen and write on these, not that one. Get your pen and just write something like I will have joy, right? Not don't put a date or a time on it. I will have joy. Not soon, not tomorrow, not next month. I will have joy. The active word there is will. You're telling the subconscious mind, hey, we got to get to moving. What are we going to do? This joy needs to get activated. Okay, she feels like she's supposed to have joy. He feels like he's supposed to have joy. What are we going to do? How are we going to get some strength to get some joy? Strength and joy, you don't have one, you don't have to have one or the other. You got joy, you got strength. If you're not feeling great and wonderful, okay, you still can have joy. Joy and grief, strength and grief, weakness and grief, all of that kind of stuff is like a pot of life's direction that you just need to tell it where to go. So if you're sad now, if you're crying now, let's say you're angry. What's another sad one or another one that you usually had to, let's see. I was sad, I was angry. Um Whatever. Y'all give me a word. Whatever you are. But you change it. I will have joy. And it's going to cancel out being sad. It's going to cancel out the crying. Because if you're crying, you'd be like, okay, hurting. I like that one. All right. Hurting. One thing I can say, it's hard for me to find the words when I don't have the actual feeling. But once you name it and you tell yourself what you want to have it, you replace all of this with I will have joy. I will have joy. Guilty is another. Oh, guilty. Oh my God. Yes, guilty. Because remember, I still feel guilty now. Some days my life is just full of joy till I feel so bad. Like I should not be feeling this good if, after everything I've been through. I feel like I should just be sitting somewhere still crying, still being angry, and still not full of all the strength that I have. But that's just the lie of the enemy. What you want to tell yourself is I will have joy. I will have joy. Heartbroken, all of the things for sure, right? And at the point, these are words where that let you know life has been heavy. But when you're trying to get your joy, because I use the word trying, and you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it. Sometimes the strength is not throwing the paper away too soon. Sometimes it's just navigating through the watercolor that you've painted, or sometimes it's just navigating through that ugliness that you just called ugly. And I would probably see it and be like, oh man, that's just really speaking to me. Because the more that you're going through these things and the more you kind of release it in your art, that is usually when you're going to walk into the best creativeness that you could ever have. Ever have. Loss, yes. And all these is under like you're grieving. And people like, well, I haven't lost anyone. Grief is not always centered around death. I watched Mr. McCoy grieve from retirement after 28 years of being in the military. So much so he had to go get him another job. For a while there, he was working two jobs. I was just like, dude, really? He needed to do something with that time because he was used to the military. He was used to it, being told what to do, when to come to work, when to move, all the things. So he had to grieve that process of being, I think some days he was sad. And then it's like when my son was taken from me. I went through all of these. I was sad, I was crying, I was definitely angry. I stayed angry for a long time. I was hurting. The guilt didn't come in until later on. But my heart was broken. My heart still is broken. I feel like there's a part of my heart. This is what God did. God laid me down, and one day, and he just took two pieces of my heart. That was when my daughter and my granddaughter passed away. And then he sewed me back up and said, "All right, now live. I got you. Now live. Keep going." And then 12 years later, he laid me down again and took a bigger piece of my heart and then closed me back up. It's like, okay, now grieve now publicly with the all of you got what you got going on. Now grieve, grieve, go on, live your life, right? But when something blooms unexpectedly, you may need to work with it instead of fighting it. And that's what I told myself when I started watercoloring. Just let the blooms do what they do. Let the watercolor do what it do. And isn't that life? That's just it. Some days you might put down something beautiful that you consider beautiful. Some days it might be crappy. That's life every day when we wake up. There are things in life that we didn't ask for. I certainly did not ask for to lose two children before life was even just, really happening in their life. But when I look back at their lives, they lived a full life. So these are the moments that we have to remember so that we can speak positive. One simple phrase, I will have joy. I will have joy. And remember, you're the best thing that God woke up this morning and is, right? And only you can decide to have joy. I don't care how much I come on here and talk to you and share my story, share my life, be authentic with you. You have to choose to have joy, even in the messy moments, right? Not in the pretending times, but in like all of it. Layered joy. Put some texture on it, joy. Like I'm looking at this one right here. I feel like I'm going to pull like the texture paste and put some texture on here. I'm just trying to tell you, find the things that make you happy so that when you paint, no matter what it looks like, you can be like, oh, that's pretty. And then it brings you joy. That's all. That's all. Just trust the process. But listen, take it from me. There are some days, I don't care how much you say I will have joy, the chaos still shows up. The chaos still makes you feel like crap. And it's okay. Own it. Keep saying you're going to have joy. Keep going. Keep trusting the process. And don't give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. Okay? And when you're watercoloring this month, don't tear it up. Don't throw it away. Don't hide it. Keep it so we can start from day one. Maybe by day 15, you look at it and you be like, okay, this is getting better. Maybe by the end, maybe you might have to email me or go back through my videos and be like, hey, how did you do this? I don't consider myself a process teacher. However, sometimes I can show you a little bit of something that can stop the tears from rolling. Because at the end of it all, I want you to have fun. And if it's going to frustrate you, then I don't want you to do it. I want you to do something that's going to bring you what? Joy, right? Because for me, if it wasn't for watercolor, y'all, I don't know where I'd be. Probably somewhere mad as hell still. But it brought me peace. Painting brought me peace. Painting during the messiest days brought me peace. Painting through the rainy days brought me peace, right? So my color today started out was red. So that was my color for today. And remember, every day we on the live, when I come on, I want y'all to have a color of how are you feeling today. Just because it's Monday, it's not Blue Monday, but how do you feel? And today my color, no, today my color was pink. Sorry, my color was pink today. Um, and it really described how I was feeling. I was feeling very, very bright, and pink always makes it, pretty, pretty great for me. So as I close today and really, leave this beautiful. Oh, I forgot. We had one more over here. It's over there drying. And we had this one. I don't want to cover everything up with that. So we'll just kind of sit that right there. All this beautifulness, all this yumminess, all this joy. This live. Oh, Zoe, I'm glad you found this live too. You know what? And when I woke up this morning to get ready to do this live, it was for you. I always tell people when they show up and when you affirm that me coming and pushing that live button, it's about me first, but it's also about me sharing so that I can uplift somebody else. That's what my journey is for, is to help other people get up. And then now we've cultivated this community where we give ourselves grace and have so we can have peace and love on ourselves, right? So as we close today, I want you to remember this. A blank page is not your enemy. A messy page is not failure. A beginner's hand is not something to be ashamed of. The blank page is always an invitation. The messy page will always give you a point to learn from. It's your teacher. And when you're a beginner, it's the hand of proof that you are brave enough to start something again. So wherever you are in your life, You are going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to be inspired to do something different. Don't let the past derail your future. So this month for World Watercolor Month, I do not want you to sit on the sidelines watching everybody else create. I want you to grab a paintbrush or grab a pencil, whatever, and just do something, right? I do not want you to talk yourself out of joy because you think you're not good enough for it, or because you're going through so much that you feel like it's just too good for you. I don't want you to keep waiting for that perfect moment, right? Start with what you have. Start with where you are. You got this. And sometimes joy tends to meet us in the mess. That's why I say I'm healing one brushstroke at a time. So own it. Own all of what's going on. And then let's continue walking through the rest of this month. I'll be here every single day for July, unless the Lord says something otherwise. I'll be here every day. The thumbnails are already up, so check and notify. Hit that notify me, because on Mondays and Wednesdays it's 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Regular days, regular days, regular time. But on the other days when I'm not normally live, I want you to make note of those days so that you can show up, right? So thank y'all for being here with me. I love you. I appreciate you. And take care of the person who matters the most, you. And remember, we are creating joy in studio one brushstroke at a time, one breath and one brave beginning at a time. I love you guys. Bye. See you later. I'll see y'all tomorrow.